This week I'm bringing you the battle report of 2,500 points of Tau versus Imperial Guard. Now, Imperial Guard is actually a pretty good matchup for Tau due to their relatively low close combat abilities compared to Tau. So it's just usually a pretty good firefight. And most of the time I've found that Tau actually comes out on top. We're playing Dawn of War with two objectives, so roll dice and tie. You can see his objective is one of my Tau flags on the left of the picture, and mine is just off the picture to the right. This is deployment, where I brought Farsight, and his bodyguard is one HQ unit, because it counts as one unit. And he deployed his platoon, where you have a blob, another unit, and the platoon command squad and the Chimera. The Vendetta is not actually deployed, it's just sitting on the table. And he rolled to go first, but I ended up seizing the initiative. So here we are as I rolled on, and he's brought the broadsides in, which only rolled a 3 on their slow and purposeful. The Devilfish with the Pathfinders moved up, and the Pathfinders, when it got moved out into terrain, Skyray moved on, as did the Hammerhead. Skyray actually gave it a Black Sun filter, so despite Dawn of War and night fighting, it was actually able to spot the Chimera, which was then blown up by the Hammerhead. And I think I killed another guardsman or so from something. That was all that happened on turn 1. On his turn 1, basically everything just rolled on. He didn't do a whole lot of shooting because of night fight. His 3 Vendettas pretty much all went flat out. And I think he killed 1 Pathfinder, was his sum total of the damage he did. Here's this nice little tank parking lot, which on turn 2 I got all my reserves. So here I dropped in 2 units of crisis suits. The fusion guns ended up right in the middle of the tanks, and the other suit with flamers ended up right next to the squad of guys. The fusion gun actually blew up wrecked one of the Lehman Russes, and I did a whole bunch of wounds to the blobbed up unit, but it was made as a morale test. And I did some random damage to the Vendettas. I shook one and took the middle last cannon off, and the other ones made their saves. The other one I shot at made its 6+ cover save despite the 2 marker lights. And then they also got the airburst fragmentation on the blob, which did some more damage. But again, so there was really only the power weapon sergeants left, last cannons, and the commissar. The rest died, and I blew up Strachan's Chimera as well. So here we are on guard turn 2. This Vendetta moved up, the veterans got out, and the veterans and Vendetta blew up the Hammerhead. The Manticore took out the Pathfinders, took out 5 of them, and they failed the morale test, so they're falling back. And he proceeded to kill the fusion suits, and kill the gun drones and 1 suit from the other unit. So there was 1 suit left with 1 wound, and he actually passed his leadership test. He did attempt to weaken resolve on the Farsight's unit, but did not cause enough casualties to force leadership test, so it didn't really matter. So going now on to my turn 3, Farsight continues to move up. The Fire Wars got out of the Devilfish, and both units rapid fired, killing the veterans. The fusion guns in Farsight's unit took out the Vendetta. I shook another Vendetta, blew up the Manticore. The 1 suit that survived moved up and flamed and shot on Strachan's unit, but didn't kill all but Strachan and the Meltagun. And the rest of Farsight's unit kind of moved up and did some shooting here and there. Overall, pretty not a bad little turn. Oh, and the Pathfinders failed to rally. So we are on IG turn 3. Marvel came in here with next to the Fire Wars, threw his demo charge, killed a bunch of them. But they actually all made their leadership tests, believe it or not. Once again, a lot of shooting at Farsight's unit with weakened resolve, and then once again was not able to cause enough casualties to force a leadership test. Lehman Russ is still trying to take out the Hammerhead, the Skyray, because the Skyray marker lights are actually doing quite a bit. They're actually helping me quite a bit. And he shot some of the other tanks, but I made my disruption pod saves when required. So we are going on to my turn 4. Farsight just about moved up all the way. I directed another vendetta, and the squad that was on the objective got shot and assaulted and is falling back with only the last cannon team left. And I wrecked a Chimera with the Psychers in it, so now they're standing behind it instead. I did kill Marbo with all that string 5 shooting. It didn't take very much. He made a few saves, but I just kept pouring fire into it. He died. And I shook the other vendetta again. And you can't see here, but on the left, the devilfish is actually sneaking up to the side of the terrain and the vendetta. Oh, and I immobilized this vendetta. The last vendetta is actually immobilized and shaken after this turn. So IG turn 4, everything poured fire into Farsight's unit. I lost all the drones and pretty much got a wound on every suit. But this time Weaken Resolve did work. I failed my Leadership 4 test, and they are currently falling back. The unit that was in the vendetta, which was a special weapons team with 2 demo charges, is now sitting towards the objective after blasting on Farsight's unit for a while. And the Vanquisher kept trying to shoot the Skyray to no effect. Either he missed or I made my disruption pod saves. So here we are, my turn 5. I failed to rally Farsight on a 10. I rolled boxcars so that he fell back again. But still was able to shoot, and I killed the last 2 guys from the platoon command squad. And the Devilfish once again is snuck up behind the immobilized vendetta and shook it so it couldn't fire. The Pathfinders on my objective got back in the Devilfish. I got 3 Pathfinders in the Devilfish on the objective, and 1 lone fire warrior who made his leadership test sitting outside on the objective in terrain. There's actually a Chimera sneaking up around here. Oh, here it is. There's the sneaky Devilfish, which has been kind of moving slowly up the entire game and was able to get that 1 shot on the vendetta. So now we're going on to his turn 5. The special weapons team is now sitting on the objective, Strachan nearby. And over here, the plasma vets snuck up behind the Pathfinder's Devilfish and blew it up. Oh, on my turn, the Pathfinders actually rallied. Don't forget, I can rally below half because of the bonding knives. And so they're stuck on the. So that's what the vendetta stands representing the Devilfish crater. She didn't bother shooting at Farsight's unit because they were falling back. So we actually did roll for turn 6. So on turn 6, the Farsight did rally, and then I took the chance. I moved up the Devilfish, got out the 8 fire warriors, and between them rapid firing and the marker lights from the Skyray take away the cover save, and then some more shooting from Farsight, I was actually able to wipe out the special weapons team, leaving him with no scoring units anywhere near his objective. True, the fire warriors would die horribly to Strachan if there was another on bottom of 6, but at least he can't score that objective. Over here, I was able to stun the Chimera, so there's no chance of him getting to my objective on turn 6. And that was pretty much all he had left, was that 1 Chimera with the guys. And I did blow up the Chimera. We didn't pull it off here, but the Chimera got blown up, and I ended up killing 5 of the guys inside. They didn't get pinned, but he decided to call a game at middle of turn 6, so there was no way that he could contest my objective. So that results in a 1-0 victory for the Tau. It's a great game, and as I said, Tau plays really well against IG because it's just a shooting match, and Tau can actually do a lot of damage to mech IG because of the railguns. So next week, though, we're dropping back down to 1750 instead of 2500, and I'll probably be playing Blood Angels. Thanks for watching.